Have you ever felt stuck, like you're in a pit and can't get out? Maybe you've been waiting for a breakthrough, a sign that things are about to change. Well, today, we're diving into one of the most incredible turnaround stories ever told, a story of dreams, destiny, and the dramatic rise from a prison cell to a palace throne. This is the story of Joseph. Imagine this: a young man betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, and then wrongly accused and thrown into a dark, forgotten prison. For years, this was Joseph's reality. His dreams of greatness seemed like a cruel joke. But even in the deepest darkness, a flicker of hope remained. Joseph held onto his faith, interpreting the dreams of his fellow prisoners, not knowing that this gift would soon bring him before the most powerful man in the world. Our scene opens in the magnificent court of Pharaoh, the king of Egypt. The air is thick with tension. Pharaoh is troubled. He's had two disturbing dreams that none of his wise men or magicians can decipher. One dream of 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 skinny cows, and another of 7 healthy ears of grain being swallowed by 7 withered ones. His entire kingdom is on edge. What could these bizarre visions possibly mean? And a whisper from the past. The royal cupbearer, once a prisoner with Joseph, suddenly remembers the young Hebrew who accurately interpreted his own dream years ago. In a moment of desperation, Pharaoh commands, "Bring him to me." And so, Joseph is rushed from the dungeon. He's cleaned up, given fresh clothes, and stands before the dazzling throne of Pharaoh. The contrast is staggering, from the grime of a prison to the golden splendor of the royal court. The light is almost blinding. Pharaoh, adorned in jewels and fine linen, looks down at this former slave. There's skepticism in his eyes, but also a sliver of hope. Pharaoh recounts his dreams. The court holds its breath. All the so-called experts have failed. What can this foreigner possibly offer? Joseph's response is immediate and filled with a quiet confidence. He says, "The interpretation is not mine. It is God who will give Pharaoh a favorable answer." He gives all the credit away, showing incredible humility even in this high-stakes moment. Then, he lays it all out with stunning clarity. The 7 fat cows and healthy ears of grain represent 7 years of incredible abundance and plentiful harvest that are coming to Egypt. But, he warns, they will be followed by 7 years of devastating famine, so severe it will erase all memory of the good times. The land will starve. A hush falls over the court. This isn't just a vague prediction, it's a detailed, divine warning. Joseph doesn't stop there. He offers a solution, a strategic plan to save the nation. He advises Pharaoh to appoint a wise and discerning man to oversee the collection of 1/5 of the harvest during the years of plenty. This grain should be stored in cities all across Egypt, creating a reserve to survive the coming famine. The wisdom of this plan is undeniable. Pharaoh and his officials are in awe. They look at each other, then back at Joseph. This isn't just a dreamer, this is a leader. This is a man with divine insight. Pharaoh turns to his court and declares, "Can we find anyone like this man, one in whom is the Spirit of God?" And in a move that no one could have predicted, Pharaoh looks directly at Joseph. "Since God has made all this known to you," he says, "there is no one so discerning and wise as you. You shall be in charge of my palace, and all my people are to submit to your orders. Only with respect to the throne will I be greater than you." The atmosphere explodes. What just happened? A prisoner, a slave, is now the second most powerful man in Egypt. Pharaoh removes his own signet ring, the symbol of his authority, and places it on Joseph's finger. He drapes a heavy chain of pure gold around his neck and dresses him in robes of fine linen. This is a complete and total transformation. Trumpets sound, echoing through the grand halls and out into the streets. Joseph is given the second royal chariot. As he rides through the cities of Egypt, heralds run before him, shouting, "Make way, bow down." The people of Egypt, who just hours before would not have given this man a second glance, now bow in respect to their new vizier. It's a cinematic, breathtaking scene of sudden elevation. One moment, you're forgotten in a dungeon. The next, you're saving a nation. This is a powerful lesson for all of us. God can elevate you suddenly, even after long, difficult seasons of waiting. Your breakthrough can come when you least expect it. Just as Joseph predicted, the 7 years of abundance arrive. The land produces harvests beyond imagination. Under Joseph's wise administration, grain is collected and stored in massive granaries. He is meticulous, organized, and fair. He doesn't abuse his newfound power. He uses it for its intended purpose to preserve life. Power, as Joseph demonstrates, is meant for preservation, not for pride. Then, the tide turns. The 7 years of plenty end, and the famine begins. It's not just in Egypt. The scarcity grips the entire region. The storehouses of other nations are empty. Panic sets in. But in Egypt, there is hope. Crowds of hungry people gather, desperate for food. And who is there to meet their need? Joseph. We see him now, no longer just a man in fine robes, but a compassionate leader, a provider. He stands before the vast storehouses, overseeing the distribution of grain. He does it with wisdom, ensuring everyone gets a fair share, preventing riots and chaos. He is the savior of Egypt. He fulfilled his destiny not through force, but through humility and divine wisdom. But the story isn't over. The famine forces people from surrounding lands to travel to Egypt for food, and among them are 10 men, Joseph's own brothers. The very ones who sold him into slavery now stand before him, bowing down, desperate for grain. They don't recognize him after 20 years. This powerful Egyptian ruler is a world away from the teenage brother they betrayed. Joseph recognizes them instantly. And here, he faces his greatest test. He holds all the power. He could take revenge. He could throw them in prison, let them starve, and make them pay for every ounce of pain they caused him. And for a moment, he tests them, playing the part of a harsh ruler to see if their hearts have changed. But revenge is not his path. After a series of emotional tests that reveal his brother's genuine remorse and changed character, Joseph can't hold back any longer. Through his tears, he speaks words that have echoed through millennia. Do not be distressed, and do not be angry with yourselves for selling me here, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you. He sees the bigger picture. He understands that what they intended for evil, God used for good. Forgiveness is greater than revenge. It frees not just the forgiven, but the forgiver as well. The final scene is one of epic scale and deep, personal resolution. We see Joseph standing on a balcony at sunset, overlooking the vast, fertile fields of Egypt he helped save. The land is at peace, the people are fed, he has fulfilled his calling. Then, the image softens and fades into an intimate moment, Joseph embracing his brothers, the family reunited, the wounds of the past healed by grace. Joseph's story teaches us that our purpose is often bigger than ourselves. He wasn't raised to power just for his own glory. He was raised to save others. His journey from the pit to the palace shows that no matter how deep your struggle, your story isn't over. Your challenges might just be the training ground for your destiny. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, please hit that like button, subscribe for more content like this, and share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear how Joseph's journey inspires you. Until next time, stay hopeful.